Super Saiyan 4 is now canon to Dragon Ball Super through the events of Goku obtaining a form in Dragon Ball Daima episode 18 against King Gomah. But what is this transformation of Goku exactly in the main Toriyama continuity of Dragon Ball? How much does it pull from Super Saiyan 4 and what has changed this time around? In this video I have put together the information we currently know from behind the scenes as well as episode 18 itself to help break down Super Saiyan 4 Goku in Dragon Ball Daima, involving its power, its lore and more. If you're a fan of Super Saiyan 4 in general though, then hit the like on this video and at long last, we will ascend together. And also together, let's celebrate as the upcoming 30th anniversary for GT is next year, nearly 30 years of Super Saiyan 4, and the date of 14th of February has been known for years as Valentine's Day. But it's now also Super Saiyan 4 Day, and it's perfect because 1 week before that, 29 years ago, on the 7th of February, Dragon Ball GT first aired. In 2025, Super Saiyan 4's reveal in Dragon Ball Daima broke the internet with multiple websites confirmed to be down, similar to Ultra Instinct's reveal back during Super's airing. With that now confirmed, we now have our question answered if Dragon Ball GT Super Saiyan 4 would have broke the internet today, it being the first form we ever saw after Super Saiyan 3 at the time, and the answer is an overwhelming yes, it would have. I've seen a lot of praise of Super Saiyan 4 in Dragon Ball Daima, and rightfully so, but leave me a comment on your thoughts about it and tell me what you honestly think. Now, first of all, we have to understand the choice of transformation from a writing and concept standpoint. Akira Toriyama was stated by Akira Toriyama in recent interviews to have created most of Daima himself. At first, he was going to be involved very little, but he was enjoying the story so much that he decided to go all the way with it. It's no mystery to anyone that Akira Toriyama loved Dragon Ball GT and the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, which was originally designed by Katsuyoshi Nakatsuru back in the 90s to continue the story of Goku in the anime version of events under the Toei continuity. GT was expressed in multiple interviews by Toriyama regarding how much he loved it, even 10 years after its release, and also during the after party to celebrate the completion of Dragon Ball GT many years ago, where he drew Kid GT Goku for Nakatsuru on a bit of paper at a party, and also admitted he wished he was the one that came up with the idea to turn Goku back into a child. So seeing Katsuyoshi Nakatsuru return to help design characters in Dragon Ball Daima, along with Akira Toriyama, would make any fan of Dragon Ball GT and Super Saiyan 4 believe that the primal badass form will return, seeing as Goku had also turned back into a kid during the show, combined with many straight up GT references throughout the story. The look of Super Saiyan 4 Goku in Daima pays respect to Toriyama's version of it, the one he drew back in 2005 for the Dragon Ball GT Dragon Box Dragon Book. So Super Saiyan 4 in Daima is a combination of Nakatsuru and Toriyama's work, and of course it's a new Dragon Ball series, meaning a transformation to fit a theme of Daima would be expected, as that would follow traditional Dragon Ball standards. Now, we did have Vegeta with Super Saiyan 3, which is a really cool moment, but unfortunately I never saw Super Saiyan 3 as the form for Dragon Ball Daima, and Vegeta's Super Saiyan 3 form only strengthened my belief that this 40th anniversary special celebrating Dragon Ball and Akira Toriyama would no doubt give Goku his glorious moment, and so it did, with an epic metamorphosis for Goku going from Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4, and yes, it is said that Toei, behind the scenes, referred to this version in Daima as Super Saiyan 4 as of right now. That name may change, but the design itself is unquestionably Super Saiyan 4, from the hairstyle, eyeline, body hair, tail, and naturally the removed top. Akira Toriyama stated they, including Toriyama, wanted to create Daima with the same spirit as Dragon Ball GT, and as we all know, Super Saiyan 4 is Dragon Ball GT, as much as Dragon Ball GT is Super Saiyan 4. So even though Daima is its own story and not the GT story, it still uses many GT references as intended in order to capture the hearts of the 30-year-old GT generation who grew up watching it. That was stated to be their primary audience when creating Daima, and the biggest acknowledgement of all would be to use Super Saiyan 4. But as you can all see, even though this is Super Saiyan 4 by intention, by name, by design mostly, there's still some noticeable differences to the GT version. First of all, the elephant in the room, Goku is still a child in Super Saiyan 4, which I have this feeling, in order to make Daima Super Saiyan 4 unique, being a kid version of the form would be an excellent choice, as that's something we've never seen before for Goku outside of Beat and Note. It's always going to help the marketing as well, especially with a noticeable change in color scheme. Now another big difference are the big hands of Super Saiyan 4 in Daima. The hands and forearms truly going for the Popeye look, but let's get real here. He's designed with those as they replicate an ape with bigger arms. The fur cuts off before it gets to the wristband, which is different to GT Super Saiyan 4 as that fur travels under the wristband. Goku's gi is similar to GT Goku's but with a twist. The bottoms are orange but sometimes glow golden, which almost resembles GT Super Saiyan 4. He also has blue wristbands but of a different shade, however no belt this time around. Of course the boots still resemble Daima Goku's. Daima Super Saiyan 4 is Super Saiyan 4 as much as it can be, while still maintaining a unique look to separate it just enough to allow it to be Daima's version. Pretty much even though this is Kid Super Saiyan 4, if you had a silhouette of this, there's no doubt everybody would say Super Saiyan 4. And I really like the design. It's well balanced. It's got that Demon World wacky vibe to it as well, colourful, cartoony, whilst also feeling like Kid Goku fighting again back in original Dragon Ball. The gi is interesting because when Goku becomes this Super Saiyan 4 and his chest enlarges, he keeps his trousers and his top is conveniently gone, because Super Saiyan 4 needs to look as cool as possible, right? But later on, when Goku loses his Super Saiyan 4 power, his removed gi actually just reappears without any damage. This is what happens in GT. The magical clothes appear and disappear, and in GT, I'm talking about inverse story here, although there's no explanation for it there, it certainly isn't biology that modifies Super Saiyan 4's clothes. So unexplained magic like a built-in clothes beam is the only theory to apply in verse. However, in Daima, there's a theory that Super Saiyan 4 is purely 100% magic based, which is why the clothes reappeared afterwards. But it's still wacky to think, even after Goku's top has vanished, why does losing power give the top back? Either way, it's wondered if Daima's Super Saiyan 4 is magical or biological based on how he achieved the form. During Super Saiyan 3 Goku's defeat, Neva approaches him to assist. Similar to how he buffed Tamagami 2 up against Vegeta, he does something similar in this moment. Now we don't have full confirmation on what Neva's ability actually does yet, whether it gives a warrior a magical boost, whether they are powered by magic itself, or whether it's something like the old Kai, where it's a faster unlocking kind of ability, or something else entirely, because what you must realize is that if this is Neva's own magic boosting Goku, then why does it specifically regrow a tail and possess primal features that radiate old school Saiyans and Uzaru? One theory is that Neva's magic simply is a doorway for Goku to access something else entirely within his own molecular structure. There's one clue as we zoom into Goku's cells and we see his body transform from inside. What's interesting about Goku's transformation sequence is that he goes from Super Saiyan 3 to 4, not base to 4, which is a cool, never before seen touch. Outside of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, I guess. The transformation sequence resembles Goku in his own thoughts like during the GT transformation. There's even the teardrop nod, and the inner world Goku sees before going Super Saiyan 4. Inside the quote-unquote world of Goku, we see Neva's blue energy inside triggering something within Goku, where his body changes shape and size and he regains that red eye, which no doubt has a link to the Uzaru state. Through the transformation, we initially see Neva's blue energy wrapped around Goku during the transformation, meaning Goku is being influenced by that. And it also looks like it's accelerating a change within Goku, whether that be something Goku owns deep within, or simply Neva's own gift to Goku. Maybe Neva is assisting Goku to gain something which he cannot gain on his own, or has yet to achieve alone. Of course, I'm making this video based on episode 18 alone, and if there's anything solidified in episode 19 or beyond with further information about the form, I will definitely create a part 2 of this video with updated analysis. Magic can make somebody stronger, but there are two ways to go about it as seen throughout Dragon Ball. First, enhanced magical power doesn't equate to your power level. It's a different kind of power, gauged differently, where Piccolo in Daima actually sensed Super Saiyan 4 Goku's power and confirmed it's extremely powerful, meaning it's not solely magical power, but Goku's own ki enhanced. Here's a good example of a character affected by magic, but their raw power increases, not their magic. And that's Majin Vegeta. Babidi used magic on Vegeta, but what that magic did was have Vegeta unlock even more of his own hidden power that was locked away and only accessed it by his evil nature. Neva's magic could simply be magic working to unlock what is within Goku, again, because Goku transforms into Monkey. And Saiyans resemble apes. Sun Wukong, yes, Frieza would have a field day seeing Super Saiyan 4 Goku run with arms like that. And also Toriyama and Toei Animation had a field day because Goku literally fights like a monkey. He uses his tail to wrap around Gomah's attacks, He runs like a primal ape using his big gorilla arms, and he even fires a Kamehameha upside down like he's some sort of unorthodox battle monkey at a circus. So Neva's magic is really interesting, but it definitely resembles what he did to Tamagami 2. Pulsating blue energy that modifies the warrior, albeit what he gave Goku looked more in quantity, and it would have to be different somewhat because Neva created the Tamagamis, so pretty much has them like puppets on strings. Goku is an external body, so Neva would have to use a different method, albeit it's still a boost of some kind. Now once Neva's blue energy disappears, Goku remains with what looks like a silver outline glow, but if you look closer, it could very well be Neva's energy cloaking Goku somewhat, ever so slightly, meaning it's a temporary condition. But when Goku is in action with his Super Saiyan 4 form, he gains the golden Super Saiyan aura, showcasing he's still using the ki of a Super Saiyan. This confirms Super Saiyan 4 is still actually a Super Saiyan by using that ki, and what also supports this is when Goku loses his power later, he reverts down to 3 before dropping lower forms. This means that Super Saiyan 4 isn't fully a separate pathway of power, but it's still connected to the Super Saiyan branch whilst combining it with more primal features. Whatever the case may be for Daima's version compared to GT's, the chances are if Daima is indeed the spirit of GT and Super Saiyan 4 is pulled from GT with some tweaks, linking to the Primal Oozaru in some form is almost a guarantee. Now let's talk about Super Saiyan 4's power in Dragon Ball Daima. As we can see, Super Saiyan 3 Goku was able to punch and cause some harm to King Gomah in the beginning round. But when the third eye kicked in, it started to overwhelm Goku, and not even Super Saiyan 3 could take Gomah's energy balls. To the point Super Saiyan 3 got the first person view of getting assassinated by King Gomah's attacks. Pretty harsh beatdown. Now when Super Saiyan 4 surfaces, he stands still and challenges King Gomah's giant energy blast. In a similar fashion to how Super Saiyan 4 Goku tanked Baby's revenge death ball to the face, Super Saiyan 4 Kid Goku holds back the energy ball and completes his transformation, but this time he kicks it back to Gomah. It should be noted that Goku looked completely healed. Similar to GT Super Saiyan 4, Goku initially gets used to his body by clashing with a powered up Gomah, and then shows he's able to fully block Gomah's incredible strength with one hand. I mean, with hands that size, you're not only carrying the entire show, but you can also block a solar system. Goku swings Gomah around, resembling Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Baby Vegeta in terms of their size difference, but obviously later on, Gomah falls, just like Baby, and gets another power up from the third eye, growing even larger, which definitely resembles the size difference of Golden Grade 8 Baby to Super Saiyan 4. But the difference in power from Super Saiyan 3 to this initial level of Super Saiyan 4 is that where Super Saiyan 3 was getting pressured by Gomah, Super Saiyan 4 picks up the fight and really pressures Gomah. As a power jump, it's hard to place an exact number as Gomah does increase in power the longer the fight goes on, thanks to the third eye taking effect multiple times to give him an advantage. But Super Saiyan 4 Goku doesn't sweat it initially and launches a powerful ki blast that rattles Gomah's cage. It's at this moment everyone jumps in to help Goku either way, but Goku is the only one that can really hold his ground on his own. Gomah shouldn't be underestimated because he continues to bring the pain to Goku, and Goku holds him off. We do get a really cool Kamehameha out of Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which is blue and not the red version in GT. Maybe we'll get something different in episode 19, but Gomah tries hard to prevent Goku from launching it, which was a really cool villain moment, and we get another nod to the Baby Vegeta fight where he knocks the wind out of Super Saiyan 4. But the Kamehameha buried Gomah, and it seemed like his body was not moving after it except for the third eye lift in the body and powered Gomah up further. So it really feels like Gomah isn't the antagonist power here, but the third eye itself. The further power unleashed and giant mode overwhelms Super Saiyan 4 Goku's punch and traps him in a barrier and reduces his power back to base form, which even surprises Goku about how powerful the third eye actually is. Right now it's hard to tell how strong Daima Super Saiyan 4 is because we don't know the true depths of the third eye's power. It could be dozens, hundreds, thousands, or millions at its full potential. We do not know yet. But in this fight, Super Saiyan 4 definitely doesn't feel as much of a leap from Super Saiyan 3 that Super Saiyan God felt like in Battle of Gods 3 years from this point in the story. Again, I'm talking about how it feels. Statements can be totally different, but we weren't given hardly anything on Super Saiyan 4 in terms of dialogue in episode 18. Only time will tell what's in store for the rest of the power of Super Saiyan 4 in Daima, but as of right now, I still feel like Super Saiyan God is the stronger transformation unless something is stated. This is Super Saiyan 4 in Daima, but it's not Super Saiyan 4 from GT. The reason being is because they are two separate continuity of events. Daima takes place in Super's timeline, which cannot work with GT's events after the Z anime. So even though this is Super Saiyan 4 in Daima, we can't apply the power levels of GT or any multipliers or scaling from GT to Daima because they have different events and power creeps. It's like Legendary Super Saiyan in the movies compared to Super. We can't apply Z Broly's legendary form scaling to Dragon Ball Super Broly against Gogeta Blue, because we all know Z Legendary Super Saiyan doesn't even reach a Super Saiyan 2 multiplier. To acknowledge Daima Super Saiyan 4 as the exact same Super Saiyan 4 from GT, we would have to acknowledge the GT lore surrounding GT Super Saiyan 4's existence to exist in Daima's continuity for them to both be exactly the same in verse. And as we know, nobody is officially linking GT lore to Daima, aside from the fun theories. So is this Super Saiyan 4 form temporary, and why does Goku not use it in Dragon Ball Super? If we are looking for an inverse answer, as we already know the staff room answer, Super Saiyan 4 just wasn't in Super for the last 10 years, but obviously now with Daima linking to Super, Goku has confirmed multiple times that he doesn't have Super Saiyan 4 at his disposal in Super. In his battle with Beerus, he refers he has nothing after Super Saiyan 3, and in his battle against Toppo, he refers to Super Saiyan God being his 4th transformation. However, if something happens in the demon world where Super Saiyan 4 turns out to either be temporary from Neva's ability, or some other possibility where the events of Daima are erased from everyone's memories, then we could have our answer in verse why Super Saiyan 4 is never used in Dragon Ball Super, because either Goku could not access the form without Neva during those years, or the memory of the power-up is gone. We'll see what happens. What I will say, and this is just my belief, I do believe we'll be seeing this form again in Dragon Ball Super, whether it be for Goku or Vegeta, or even Gogeta. If Goku is able to have this form, then Vegeta definitely is capable, and I would love to see that. To be honest, I think it's only a matter of time until we get Vegeta as this Super Saiyan 4 variant, whether in Daima or future Super arcs involving Demon World lore. And I truly believe marketing is a strong enough reason alone why we'll definitely see the new Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I'll love it even more if he has the moustache with the leather pants this time around, but I think it will be a Saiyan armor variant. I feel that one day in future manga events, that we will get an even stronger Goku after all his god training, and eventually tapping into this form once again with all that new power. For whatever reason, I don't write the story. I can't say why, but I've just got this feeling. Like the feeling I've always had believing Super Saiyan 4 would be in Daima. Plus, it's Akira Toriyama's final form that he ever created. Yes, Nakatsuru created Super Saiyan 4, but Toriyama created the Daima version and everything within. So utilize Nakatsuru's Super Saiyan 4 to create this version of Super Saiyan 4 in Daima. And that's important because if it is Toriyama's final form ever for Goku, I can absolutely see Toyotaro paying respect to Toriyama by bringing it in to future Dragon Ball Super storylines, and maybe one day we will get some kind of answer of its lore, and maybe if it even connects to Super Saiyan God. I'm very interested. Dragon Ball Daima episode 18 was nothing short of pure action, hardly any dialogue or explanations. It was all visual storytelling, and I hope I did well today to create this video for you just by using that breathtaking action-packed storytelling we had. We may get another variation of Super Saiyan 4 in Daima, maybe an adult version, or maybe even with a power pole to go full circle and acknowledge the Sun Wukong influence. And if we do get more, I'll be ready with the answers for you all. So this is where the story of Super Saiyan 4 ends. For now. Until we meet again. Like next week, probably.